Out in the early hours, Dylan the dog seemed to know where he was going, but the Prime Minister's direction is almost entirely in the hands of others. In Downing Street, the lights went on before dawn, with the Sue Gray report expected any hour.
Lulu, why did you go to Boris Johnson's party?
Also up early, the interior designer Lulu Little, an unwilling bit player in this huge political drama. Dominic Cummings, Boris Johnson's tormentor-in-chief, for once staying quiet.
Will you take any questions?
Okay. Can you survive this, Prime Minister?
But the man at the centre of it all had another PMQs to perform before knowing his fate. Boris Johnson driven to Parliament, flanked by police whose colleagues are now investigating his Downing Street operation, and met with furious calls for his resignation.
The ministerial code says that ministers who knowingly mislead Parliament will be expected to offer their resignation. Does the Prime Minister believe that applies to him?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, of course, but let me tell the House that I think he's inviting a question about an investigation which, as you know, Mr. Speaker, I can't comment.
Since he acknowledges the ministerial code applies to him, will he now resign?
Prime Minister.
No, Mr. Speaker.
And then he went on the attack.
But I tell you the reason he wants me out of the way is because he knows that this government can be trusted to deliver. And he did. He's a lawyer, not a leader. That's the truth.
Which provoked this angry response.
I would prefer to be led by a lawyer than a liar. Will he now resign?
That he had to withdraw. And as the hours stretched out with no sign of the report, the whole of Westminster was in a nervous holding pattern.
Wait for the reports. Let's wait for reports.
We'll wait and see what the report says.
And I'd like to see the outcome of the Sue Gray inquiry.
Sue Gray will publish those full facts.
Some MPs filling the vacuum by attempting to boost the Prime Minister.
Getting Brexit right, getting the vaccine programme right, not locking us down before Christmas, and bringing together an alliance of Western countries against a aggressive Vladimir Putin in Ukraine. That, I think, is the stuff leadership's about.
Isn't leadership also about honesty and integrity?
Leadership is always about honesty and integrity, and let's see what Sue Gray says. I've got no reason to doubt the Prime Minister's honesty and integrity.
Everyone will make a judgment call based on what the inquiry says.
And you're sure the Prime Minister will survive?
I'm sure the Prime Minister will survive. He's done so much for the country.
But out in the country, in the Conservative seat of Thornbury and Yate, some of these voters had had enough.
I used to be quite a strong Conservative supporter, and I think there needs to be a change at the top, really.
I wouldn't be voting Conservative again if Boris stays in office.
OK, so he's made a mistake. We've all made mistakes.
The report will now be delayed till tomorrow or later, another night of waiting and watching. But this painful saga will soon enter its final act, and the Prime Minister can't guarantee that others will be so forgiving. Romilly Weeks, News at 10.